Welcome, welcome, welcome to Las Vegas. It will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, better known as the Oakland Raiders. For Tampa Bay, they got a draft pick, and Joe Mixon is their man. He came from Houston, and Houston lost in the first round. Let's see what he can do with Tampa Bay. Raiders have essentially the same team. And let's get it started.
But in this matchup here today specifically, I think both these offenses want to flip that on its head. They want to control the clock, time management, ball control. Don't be afraid to punt the ball away and play defense. It's a little bit of an old school philosophy, but you have to do whatever it takes to win each matchup. And I think both of those formulas of these two teams are very similar.
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive early and often. They might not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. In motion is Myers. Now it's the veteran, Amir Abdullah. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Marshall is on the move. Here's Abdullah. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. And here comes 3rd down. The shotgun. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. The fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
Yeah, you have to feel good, Mike, seeing Baker Mayfield back established as a franchise NFL quarterback. He had such a tough journey these last couple years, bouncing around multiple spots around the league. And then last year, down in Tampa, he has a chance to get them to the NFC Championship game just a few plays away. He continues to play up to his potential. This team's going to be tough to beat.
He'll work forward for a couple. Robert Spillane spills him there.
I'm only going to interject when something brilliant happened, or really good. I'm saving my voice.
Here's carry #1 for Rashad White. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They send Godwin in motion. Out of the shotgun. Mayfield. That one complete. It's the tight end, Otten. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They send Godwin in motion. On 1st down is Mayfield. That pass complete to the veteran, Sterling Shepard. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now Mixon. Whoa.
And that's why he's here. Mixon scores a touchdown.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Joe Mixon.
That's a heck of a run right there, and I can't tell you, Mike, how many
Number 7, what were you
I've
thinking?
heard over the years say,
This
your
is not touch
responsibility
football.
with the ball is to make the first guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back, and you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all the way.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bucs will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return is Dylan Lowby. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Raiders offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Set to go now on 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Alexander Madison. He'll get about 2. Levante David doing his work on defense. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Off the play fake, it's Minshew. He's got the tight end Mayer. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Minshew. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And John to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Buccaneers offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. That's thrown quickly, taken in by Godwin. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
This one is caught by Shepard.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On play action, Mayfield. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it will fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They send Evans in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. So after 1, the Bucs have the early lead. And we're back in Vegas after this.
Pretty low scoring game in the 1st quarter. Tampa Bay with Mixon. He got the job done, and they took that 7-0 lead.
They face 2nd down and 7. They send Godwin in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Get this complete, right side to Otten. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Mixon can have 2 touchdowns if they run the ball.
Line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. From the gun, it's Mayfield.
Well, they run the ball,
He will take this one across into
but
the
it's
end zone.
it's with the quarterback.
Mayfield.
And the Raiders look suspect right now.
The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
McLaughlin now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bucs move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes Amir Abdullah on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Madison. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
That run like there was like Madison used to do with the Vikings when the Vikings had Dalvin Cook. But when he became the lead back, he was not able to do that.
That's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Again, it's Madison. And that'll be a pickup of 3. He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role.
Looked like he tried to go for the pick, but he missed the block. He missed the tackle. He missed everything.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Man in motion here is Tucker. On 1st down, here's Minshew. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make...
He gets the 1st down.
And take your chances picking up a key 3rd down.
A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Vegas.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
He'll get this out to the left flat. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Raiders do need to get some points on this possession here, like a field goal, make it 14-3 at the least. But a touchdown would be much better.
On the ground, Abdullah.
You would think that the Raiders have a 1-2 punch in Madison and Abdullah. They don't. One of them has got to go, and they got to get a legitimate star back there. But I think they're going to go with a quarterback first.
On 4th down, on comes Daniel Carlson for the Raiders field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt.
Kick is up, and it is good.
And the Raiders get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
I wish they had some of that music playing in the game.
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here.
With
add to that, beginning with first down.
With 2:20 on the clock, they can at least attempt the field goal and get that field goal, those points back that the Vegas Raiders got. It'd be nice for them to go up by get another touchdown.
Mayfield to throw. He's going to tuck it and go.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
The Raiders on defense need to stop them and maybe have some time to even get another field goal at least. Bring it to a one-possession game in this half.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Fans getting riled up.
They send Godwin in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. And that's going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, it stops the clock. And if they stop him here, they can get that opportunity for at least a field goal, even a touchdown, to make it a 4-point game or a 3-point game if they elect to go with a 2-pointer.
Between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will slide to a
halt,
but he does have the first
Baker
down.
got those legs, and it really helped him out that time.
Gain of 16, good enough for a first down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
Man in motion, heading left. Mayfield to throw it here on first down.
That was a dangerous play.
Hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Mayfield. A pass, it's complete. It's Shepard.
Mayfield has all the time in the world back there.
Close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
They need to see and hear from Max Crosby. If you hear from him, you know he's doing something special. Right now, I don't see this happening.
3rd and a yard.
Mixon, maybe? No?
Throwing is Baker. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you are the Raiders, where do you build? Quarterback, running back, cornerback, defensive line? There's so many places where you can go.
No, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
It certainly has.
second down throw from Mayfield. They try to work the screen with Mixon.
Mixon seems to have brought something special to this Buccaneer offense. He runs hard, and that's all you can ask for in the running back.
They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4.
Too high.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to have to get a field goal attempt.
Pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Buccaneers going to open up a 17-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Halftime coming up. Score 17-3. Raiders need something, but you probably got to start in the 3rd quarter.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Laube now to return it. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense going to take over just before the half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so time is now. Gotta get that
if there was a time, it would be now, but I don't think they have enough time. And see, they got to get some first downs in the next half.
Minshew going to look to throw. Finding his tight end, man. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Raiders trying to get that music to get them fired up. I don't know if it's going to happen in this game, but they need to get something going.
To the line for first down and 10. To throw, Minshew. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
And the Bluebirds are out right now.
They have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bauer.
They have 1 timeout left, I would call it. And maybe try that field goal attempt now. There's nothing else you can really do except for throw it and heave it up in the end zone for a big play, for a touchdown. Let's see what they do. Are they going to be conservative? Let's see.
Ball rests at the 37.
Are they actually going for it? They got 10 seconds. They better not run the ball. They got 1 timeout left.
Once more is Minshew. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
The fans are really booing Minshew. It's not his fault.
You don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
They go for the field goal attempt now. Kick is up in the second.
And that is no good. He missed it.
And that's not good.
Do not cut into the deficit.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
Well, that's Carlson for you. The Viking fans in Minnesota know all about his proclivities of missing key extra points or field goals. Like that time
Start this one with a 3 tight end look.
against the Seahawks.
The They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And
he's our man.
Taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our halftime report. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half.
He's our man.
He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3.
I believe Tampa Bay will get the ball first.
As we expected, we'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and running back Joe Mixon.
He's our man.
The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10.
Let's see what's happening here. What they gonna call? I'll give the ball to Mixon. He's our man.
They will work the middle with Mixon. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
It sounds like a college football game.
They send Godwin in motion. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
A run here with Mixon. Credit him for trying to escape. The defense, though, was on that. And finally, they bring him down behind the line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. And this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
Baker to throw. That is taken in by the veteran, Mike Evans. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Here comes Otten in motion. To throw is Mayfield. This one on target to Godwin. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st down is Mayfield. They go right back to Godwin. He's got it again. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And And he's going to pick up the first down. Tackle made right at the 20-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They go play action with Mayfield. That is part of the 3. To the goal line and in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Buccaneers extend to a 24-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Laube now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. One caught by Tucker. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. He'll go here with Madison. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run.
24-3.
No gain.
Third quarter almost over.
Here's 3rd and 7. The shotgun, a throw from Minshew. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Raiders send their punt team out. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. From the gun, it's Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Mayfield. This one caught left side by Evans. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Mayfield to throw. That'll be taken in by Mixon. They'll mark them down at the 44-yard line.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Two first downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll go right back to Mixon. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Here comes Otten in motion. On 3rd down, here's a run by Mixon. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. Back deep, it's Trey Tucker. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Back-to-back targets, back-to-back completions. That one for 16 and the 1st down.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start. Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
From the gun, here's Minshew. He's got it at about the 8. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big jump pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is first down and goal. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Gardner Minshew. Touchdown, Vegas. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Raiders are able to edge a bit closer.
.223 left, 24-10, Tampa Bay over Las Vegas.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
The fat lady.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the give, this is Mixon. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. On 1st down, they keep it on the ground, and they keep it with Mixon. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. A tight end in motion now. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. Now the Raiders going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
Look for
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
He's trying to get 3. Uh-oh.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So a win here for the visiting Bucs. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
And the final score is in favor of the Buccaneers. They win it. They are in the playoffs. The Raiders are going home. The final score was 27-10. So long, everybody.